Implement Pandef agreement now or face our Wrot. Ex-Niger Delta Mīlītāñt warn federal government. Ex-Niger Delta Mīlītāñt, under the auspices of the 21st century youth of the Niger Delta and agitators with conscience 21st century, have demanded the immediate implementation of the agreement the federal government had with leaders of the region. The group warned that failure of the federal government to respect the agreement it has with Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Pandef, would trigger renewed hostility in the region. According to them, the delay in the implementation has stalled the peaceful resolution of the many problems facing the Niger Delta region. A statement signed by General Izon Ebi on behalf of the group urged the federal government to revisit the 16-point agenda tabled by the elders or risk a major crisis in the region that may cripple the fragile economy. They also stated they are in total support of the call of the Baramatu Kingdom for the federal government to keep to the letters of their agreement. The militants in the statement made available to our correspondent in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, lamented the failure of state and federal legislators, governors, and those elected into positions of authority from the region in meeting the expectation of the people. They condemned the alleged harassment of ex-militant leader, government Ekpemupolo, government amnesty and return of peace to the Niger Delta region. It is rather unfortunate that the goose which lays the eggs for the entire nation to enjoy is left to wallow in abject poverty and neglect the role of politicians in the state and federal level has been abysmal. It is like they are scared and totally not in tune with the needs, expectations, and agreements reached between the federal government and the communities, thus setting the communities on an edge that can snowball to another conflagration sooner than later. Even more worrisome is the vilification of government Tompolo, who has contributed immensely towards the realization of peace in the Niger Delta through his embrace of the amnesty program. His positive contribution laid the crucible for the establishment of the Maritime University, various other youth empowerment programs and community development projects can be traced to this same selfless, illustrious Niger Delta son. It does confound all logical reasoning why the one that is in tune with the plight of his people is vilified, hounded, and his property seized on fabricated allegations that hold no merit. The 21st century youth of the Niger Delta and agitators with conscience and the people of the Niger Delta are tired of this cyber and cycle of motion without progression, while outsiders are the main beneficiaries of the wealth of our region. Thank you for listening to this news. Of course, they are right. They are right. They deserve to be they deserve these demands. Their demands need to be met. This has been a long time demand, and up to now the federal government have not been able to meet up with it, so that they are agitating to resume agitation. I will say they are on their right. They are on their right. You see, one thing about federal government is this, and it is unlike of them, making promises and they don't fulfill. It is very wrong. They must not forget that these people are the way these people determine the weight of the Nigerian economy. These people are the people that help Nigeria to gain to gain weight in the in economy. I don't know what Nigerian is doing for not meeting up with the needs of these people for a very long time. I don't know. See, life has gone beyond the way the federal government are taking it. These people truly deserve what they are asking for, and they are not asking for too much. How can a community or a state where the resources that help determine the weight of the Nigerian economy, how can that state and community be experiencing abject poverty? How can that community be experiencing underdevelopment? How? Whereas you use their resources to get yourself, get your community, get your state, enrich your purse, boost your income. What are you saying? That Nigerian is known as giant of Africa today. This particular state and community is a state that made Nigeria to be what it is today, that gave Nigeria the name that Nigerian have today. So why delaying their demands? So if these people come up with their agitation or decide to release their anger on the federal government and start doing something drastic, my dear, no one should blame them because they are on their right. They are on the right because the federal government has called for it. They asked for it. These people will not come after anyone if the federal government meets up with their needs and their demands. If their needs are met, there is no way they will come after you. There is no way they will challenge you. They will not do you any harm. So why don't you do as promised to them? Why don't you meet up with their needs? Why? My viewers, I want to tell you that these people are on their right. They are not asking for too much. What they are asking is justified. Give them their request, and they will be at peace. They will be at peace. They are not challenging you or fighting you. They are actually asking for what rightly belongs to them. And the earlier you respond to their call, the better for Nigeria, because Nigeria has made this promise for a very long time, and yet up to date they have not been able to fulfill this promise, which is very wrong, completely wrong. I am of the opinion that the federal government with immediate effect should heed to these people's call, to support these people, accept their demand, and grant them their request, because they have waited for so long. They have waited for so long. All right. So, my viewers, what's your take on this news? Please don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.